All right. Good Monday morning to you all. We're so happy to see your bright, shining,
So
live
much.
here faces. I'm Michelle Niels, and it is March 25th. And happy spring. This is our chance to get together and share our
Oh,
stories.
oh,
Okay.
now it's really cold.
Uh-oh, we need to mute some people here. So this is our chance to get together and share our stories about LifeWave. And we like to start with the X39, which is the star of the show, as you guys all know. And so the first 15 minutes or so, let's focus on X39 stories, please. Let's make sure that we are compliant. Okay, so we're not going to name any disease names, no itises, no diseases. Just name your symptoms, please. We want to remain compliant, and tell us how you felt before, which patch you used, and how you feel now. Let's see, what else? Please keep your share to about 30 seconds to a minute, so we have lots of time for people. However, if you're one of the first 3 people or so, you can have more time because usually people are shy in the beginning. So if you have a longer story, raise your hand now, and we will get you in if you have a longer one. Okay? So let's get the ball rolling with Tina, because Tina was on earlier and said she had a story that was a little longer. And so, Tina,
Thank you.
yeah.
2 weeks ago, Saturday, I was coming downstairs to my office here, and on the very last step, I turned my ankle, my whole leg, in such a way, I was in such excruciating pain. I thought I had broken a leg. I had my husband take me to the emergency room, and nothing was broken, but I was in such severe pain, I could not put any pressure on that leg at all. I had put 10 patches on my leg before I went to the emergency room. I left those patches on, and by 9 o'clock that night, I was able to stand and put pressure on that leg. It took me 4 days of using the 10 patches, and I'll explain in a minute what I did. But after 4 days, after 2 days, I was able to get rid of the walker I had to use. After 4 days, my leg was completely healed. It was such an amazing recovery from so much pain. It was a miracle. It was an absolute miracle. Now, what I did, I made a triangle with X39, Ice Wave, Eon, and glutathione. And I put that both above my knee and below my knee. And I did that for 4 days. And that's how I recovered from a really severe muscle strain.
Wow. That is a miracle. We love it, but it's science, right? I mean, I've got to remember we have the science. Yay, Monday morning miracle call with science.
And
P.S.
I think I'm going to have an even better story, but I'll save it for another time.
Okay. Thank you so much for starting us this morning, Tina. All right. We have Carol Lynn and then Sunshower. Go ahead, Carol Lynn.
Good morning, everyone. I call you all my love tribe. So after decades of typing, both thumb joints were trashed, and I needed to have surgery on both my CMC joints. And in July 2022, I started wearing X39, and 6 weeks later, I had to have this same thumb joint replaced a third time. Mind you, I had already had one done on my other hand. In 10 days, I have to say also, I wore X39 during my surgery, and the pre-op nurse said, "What is that patch on the back of your neck?" And I said, "It's my general wellness patch." I was coached by Jennifer to say that, and it really is a general wellness patch. Mm-hmm. So I recovered in 10 days so that I could type, I could hold a pen and write, I could floss, I could drive, I could chop veggies very carefully. I had 2 girlfriends taking care of me, and they were sort of chasing me around my house because I wouldn't take a nap. And I was really okay. I even did laundry on the 10th day. And so physical therapy is usually recovery of 4 months up to a year. And I skipped my entire 3rd and 4th month of PT. And I wowed my hand surgeon. And I raised my hand because the real reason that I got the patches was I had an autoimmune condition in my mouth, and it had been bothering me for a couple of years. And so after 3 months of wearing X39, here and here. I went for a biopsy and there was nothing to biopsy.
Oh my word. Oh my word. Hallelujah. Wow. Wow.
I'm so grateful.
Wow, wow, wow. Well, if your jaw isn't on your knees, I don't know, maybe you didn't hear that story. That was amazing. Thank you. Oh my gosh. We love these calls and we love these shares and we love these patches. All right, Sunshower Rose, go ahead.
Morning, everybody. So I have two quick shares, and one is I'm going for an eye exam this morning. And every single year, things are getting better and better. So just so you know, as long as you keep being consistent with your X39, all kinds of miracles seem to happen. So last night, here's my other story. I'll let you know about the eye appointment next time. So last night I was doing something and I cut my finger royally. So it's not a wide cut, but it's deep. So as you can see, I have a couple of bandages on, you know, the usual stuff that one does, and an X39. So we know that this is all about rapid wound healing as well as, you know, some people have scars and stuff, and those seem to go away too. So I'm going to be wearing this, and I've taken a picture of it this morning. So I may have some before and after pictures to show you real soon.
Love it. Ah, thank you, my dear bright Sunshower Rose. Thank you. All right, Ravel.
Hi, thanks. Speaking of bright, thanks, Michelle. Really quickly, thank you for the reminder to keep this within 30 seconds. It's such a great way to start the week. Another lady, also in her 80s, had a great experience in her first week of using X39, and it had to do with what she referred to as clarity of the mind. And she's a voracious reader, and she reads several books a week. And she said the only challenge was she was unable to retain the information. And I just spoke with her, and she said, not only am I able to remember what was in the books that I read, but she's also able to remember names, which hasn't been the case. So it's great to hear, and there's tons of information about X39. You're in the right place. Thanks.
You are in the right place with the right product and the right company and the right team. Yay. Thank you, Ravel. Thank you. All right. We have Zoom user in a car. I don't know your name, but.
Oh, you know, that might be me, Michelle. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
hi, John.
Judge you.
You were far away from the camera. I couldn't see, but yes. Hi, John. Welcome.
Hi. I'm on my way down to Monterey for a 3-day golf tournament. And I just wanted to say, I've been a 15-month user now of the X39, X49, and now I've got Beyond. I'm just piling it on. And my workouts in the morning every day has just been incredible as far as recovering and, you know, my stamina and things like that. It's been ongoing. So I just wanted to share my my ongoing golf story. Is I've got 3 days of golf tournament coming up here, and I'm going to be sharing with a couple other friends who we're seniors, and the problem is some of them can't even get out of bed, and so I'm ready to you know, really show them what example that I have. But more importantly, Michelle and everybody, is the cognitive clearness and no brain fog and just the clarity that I've gotten over the last period of time. It's subtle, and now, you know, 15 months of wearing the X39, I can feel just incredible cognitive function that has just improved so much. That's basically it.
Oh, I think that's a lot there you got there, my friend. I love it. I love the cognitive shifts. Don't you guys? I noticed that as well after about 3 to 6 months. Thank you, John. Always love when you share. Great share.
You're
Hey,
welcome.
have fun at your tournament.
Thank you. What's that?
Have fun at your golf tournament.
I will. Thank you so much.
All right. All right. We got Shannon, and then we need some more hands up, you guys. Let's get some more mojo. Let's get some more juice flowing here. All right, Shannon, go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. I have a story to share about a lady I've worked with for a while. She had a lipoma removed from her back and wanted to try X39 for the scar reduction. So she's been on the patches for about 5 months. Fantastic results. However, she's also dealt with severe, let's just say, pain in her joints, to the point where she's even had a rod put in one of her joints. She's been receiving injections for a number of months as well. And I said, you know what? You might want to add a little Eon patch to your X39. She called me back the next day and said, is this possible that I could have like no pain in my joints after 1 day of use? And I said, absolutely, it happens all the time. It's been 5 days now, no pain. She's so excited. She said, okay, now I'm totally in now. I am so on board. And I said, can I share your story? She said, yes, share it this morning. So here I am sharing her story.
I love it. Yay. Thank you, Shan. Yay. Woo. Woohoo. We love Monday Morning Miracle Call. All right, Christina, you're next. And oh, by the way, yeah, you guys are doing great with your time. We can go up to a minute because we're still early in the hour and we don't have a lot of hands up. So if your share is a minute or a little more, that's fine. We don't want to go for 3 minutes or longer, but go ahead, Christina, and then we have Jeanie.
Hi, Michelle. Hi, how are you this morning?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, doing good. I just thought I would share my story from the beginning, which I won't go way into it, but I was using a cane in 2020 and just getting worse all the time. I felt like I was running around like an 80-year-old instead of the 54-year-old, 56-year-old, whatever I was at that time. And always having to use a wheelchair when I'd go grocery shopping anywhere, Costco, anywhere like that. And sitting in the wheelchair, sitting in the massage chair 4 or 5 times a day, just in really bad shape, getting worse and worse, pain all the time. I started using patches and I can go on hikes with the kids, grandkids. I can stand around a lot longer than I used to. I'm super healthy. We went to Florida for the big event last year in October, and my mom, who's 85 years old, and my husband and I, we walked the whole park of SeaWorld and started at 11 o'clock and ended at 8 o'clock, and no wheelchairs, no nothing.
Christina, I know this woman. She's in Colorado and she's just a wonderful bright light, sharing the patches with everyone. Yeah, I'm so happy for you, my dear. You got your life back, right?
I sure did. And you know, those grandkids are so special and so wonderful, and it's hard to not get to spend time with them. And now I'm back playing with them and having a good time.
So wonderful. Quality of life. All right, that is beautiful. Thank you, Christina.
Thank you.
All right, we have Jeanie, Kathleen, Jeanie, and then Kathleen.
Okay, guys. Hey, this is Jeanie in Dallas, and I've been using the patches for about 2.5 years. Very quickly, my story is that I'm a 40-year traumatic brain injury survivor, and I got the patches for pain. When I first started using them, I dove in with both feet because I felt a bit of immediate relief, and I just bought the diamond package and it was helping me a lot. And what I wanted to share, so even at that time, I was still living with pain of about 5 out of 10. Previous to that, 5 out of 10 on a scale of 10. And previous to that, I'd been living with, so I've been able to improve even before the patches, but I was still living with a lot of pain. And once I was on the patches, now 2 years later, I wanted to emphasize to people that this is a process. It can take time. And I have done other things, diet, exercise, things like that. I know some people have huge results without changing diet. I had to change that. And that's what I wanted to emphasize to people, is to give it time. And also remember that it can help to live a lower inflammatory lifestyle. And one of those included, since mine was in my nervous system, I had to avoid chemicals. And I work in the spa industry, which is actually, we have more chemicals, I think, than most households. Most people don't know that essential oils are basically chemicals these days. But anyway, food for thought. And basically, I'm living pain-free now.
Ah, amen. Thank you, Jeanie. What a great share. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I think the chemical situation is true for all of us, right? Unfortunately, we live in a toxic world, and these patches are helping our bodies stay clean and healthy despite what's out there. Because there's a lot of things we can avoid, and there's some things we can't, right? But we can put a patch on, and we can boost that detoxification pathway. So we have Kathleen, and then Corolla, and then Anne. Okay, Kathleen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm a practitioner and I have a 54-year-old nephew, pardon me, nephew who took a certain vax recommendation of his caretakers. He had a deprivation of oxygen when he was born and so had learning disorders through life. Now he's at age 54 and had taken a certain vax, and within a couple hours, the reason I'm bringing this up is because we're talking about cognitive things with the X39. And anyway, within a couple hours of taking this, he became comatose, just kind of staring into space and not verbalizing anymore. They're about 3 hours from me, and my niece called me real quickly and asked if I could see him that day, and they brought him up here, and he wasn't even able to sit in a chair while I screened him. I use a EDS or EAV machine, for those of you who know that, what they are. So anyway, his mother had to sit him up in the chair. I would screen him, and as she let go, because I can't screen one without screening the other if there's touch. So anyway, fast forward, when he left, he left with a protocol, and I patched him. When they left, he rolled down the window of the car himself and said, "Bye, Aunt Kathy," that quick. Now, fast forward again, and they used the hat protocol that I gave them, a hat fixed with and he came out of it. But there is more to the story, but I'll keep it short today. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. So there was a marked cognitive dysfunction, and then within a few hours of applying patches, he's kind of snapped out of it, Kathleen.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We have these beautiful gifts in our hands, you guys. As Gregory says, the patches can do everything just about except walk and talk. So that's our job. So the more we share, the more people whose lives we can touch. All right, Corolla, and then Anne, and then Mara Ava.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My story started actually, well, it's a couple of weeks ago already. I had it twice. That because I have been using the X39 for almost 2 years now. I burned my one finger on a pan one time, and then I just took the X39 off my back and put it back on, put it on where I thought it was. And a couple hours later, I took it off, and the burning was gone. You know, I mean, you couldn't see even a blister, nothing. And that happened again. Like I burned it like 2 days or so later with water, like hot water, poured hot water over it, and same thing. Put X39 like from my back on the finger, and a couple hours later, you couldn't see a blister or nothing. That was like the healing happens right away. So it's crazy.
It's crazy, and it's true. I have a couple burn stories too, right? Jonathan, you too. Yay. Oh my goodness. You guys keep them on and don't leave home without them. All right. Thank you. Anne.
Hi, good morning. So I want to share one of my friend's story, Tammy. She's she was working on, this is all about X39 and the ability to heal an injury, right? We just talked about how amazing it is. And what she was doing was she had in her hand a squash, and she was using a knife to try to open. She couldn't get it cut open, so she jammed it with it in her hand. The knife went through her hand and poked through, and the knife, you could see the popping up of the skin because it went right through. And she pulled it out. It started bleeding. She immediately took her X39. She stuck it right on that area, and she stuck another one on the other side. I don't know if she used Eon or glutathione. I'm not really sure. And then she wrapped her hand up. And I'm telling you, I saw her 3 days later. You couldn't even tell. And she had no pain whatsoever. And I was like, oh my God. Pretty amazing.
Wow.
I know. And then the other story I want to share with you is my husband is not real connected. He'll tell me, he'll say it publicly. I don't really pay attention to my body, and I don't really notice things. Some people are pretty intuitive about that, and they really pay close attention. He's not one of those guys. He'll tell you that right off. And I said to him one night, because he, as a young teenager, he had a lot of acne, and his back was always covered with a lot of pitted holes from where he had acne. And he had these dark little nevulas as he was getting older in 2 places. And he started using the X39 patch. And a few months later, I said to him, oh my God. I mean, he's been on the patches for over 3.5 years now. But I look at his back and I said to him one night, I said, Roland, your back is beautiful. It's never looked this nice. I mean, the pitting is gone. It's amazing how this patch really helps with all of that, collagen production and that healing and the ability to remodel that skin. I mean, it's just amazing.
And 3 years, you said, right? So again, stick with it, right? That's the motto of the story, right? Stick with it. Some things take a little longer, but my goodness, your husband has a handsome back. Yay.
He does. And I have to share with you, we had a dinner last week here, and everybody's like, take your shirt off. We want to see it.
Come on, model for us. Walk around.
Really?
Oh, I love it. Thanks, Anne. That's awesome. Mara Ava. I think you're still muted.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So as most of you know, my mom had total hip replacement surgery 2.5 weeks ago. Last week when I shared, after 6 days, she had no pain, none. She was still using the walker and cane. At this point, she's barely even using the cane. She can shower on her own. She can get dressed on her own. Takes her time, but I'm having her be as independent as possible. She's able to make her breakfast and lunch. I do her dinner. And the surgeon said, walk, walk, walk. So I walk her a lot. And the days it's still cold here in Connecticut, we'll go to like Costco, which I'm sure most of you know is a huge store or Stop and Shop. And we just keep walking up and down the aisles. And she's walking she's walking like a normal person. That's all I can say.
And the surgery was 2.5 weeks ago, you said?
2.5 weeks ago.
My goodness. How old is your mom, Marta?
She's 88. She turned 88 in December. Wow. And she just walks all around the house as much as she can. No more physical therapy, no more occupational therapy. And I told her I can do other patches now, right?
Yeah. Oh, yes, for sure.
Okay. So the X39, X49, Eon, or I'm sorry, X39, Eon, and then glutathione, I just have her on about 4 hours a day. But all I can say, it's amazing. And I told her she used to go to the senior center twice a week. And I said, Mom, I bet you in a month you'll be back to the senior center. And she is just thrilled. And I'm thrilled. It's a miracle.
Mara, if I have to ask, did you use more than one patch, like 2 X39s and 2 Eons, or did you just use one of each?
just one of each.
Wow.
It's incredible. I'm
I know.
blown away.
That is
far-
really amazing. I have heard, I think Dr. Jeff talks about a protocol for hip replacement where you use an X39 and 49 stacked and you use like 3 sets. But I would just tell everyone on this call, start with one. Just like start with one, and and if you don't have results in a day or two, then increase, right? Look at your mom, 88, and she's just
been
rocking.
on 5 months now, and she can't hit, the doctor doesn't want her to drive for 3 more weeks, but she's ready to drive.
Look out, world, here she comes. I love
And
it.
Dr. Tom said to me, you're gonna wow the doctor, and he was wowed.
Hey, someone asked in the chat, did you include X49 or was it just 39?
No, I didn't include the X49.
Okay. Some people
So
were.
that's a good question, though.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I have one more testimony with a customer of mine.
Sure.
Do I have time for that?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. So she had a bump on her nose, and we went to her PCP. He referred her to a dermatologist, and she's been wearing X39, X49, and Eon on the third eye. The bump is barely even there anymore. She has a referral to a dermatologist. She might not have to go. You can barely even see the bump anymore. And I thought she'd have to have it like lasered. It probably won't have to be.
Oh my gosh.
And she's 87.
Oh my gosh. Hallelujah. I love it. Love these stories, you guys. Awesome. Thank you so much, Eva. We have two more hands up, and we will finish with these 2 people since we're getting close to the bottom of the hour. So Carol Lynn and then Faith.
I wanted to share my patch protocol for my thumb joint replacement, thanks to Jennifer Starr, who coached me. I put, so first I have to tell you that I was allergic to the pain meds, and I was vomiting 36 hours post-op, and my girlfriend watched me transform from 8 pain to 0. I put the tan ice wave right as close as I could to the incision, and then I skipped both my wrist and elbow joint, and I put the white patch right here, and I was in 0 pain. I'm not kidding. I also wore Eon at night and X39 and X49. So really fantastic.
Wow. Wonderful shares. Thank you so much, Carolyn, for coming back. All right, Faith, we'll finish with you.
Hi, I'll be quick. One, I'm going to post later on the Facebook chat. My friend was ziplining and she touched the rope. So her whole hand was torn up.
Ow. Oh my gosh.
But after a week of the X39 and I believe the Aeon, she used one other patch. I have it written down. Within a week, they were healed. Like she could take the bandages off. After a week and a half, it just looks like, it looks like nothing.
So just for a little detail, Faith, do you know if she had her hand wrapped and then put the patch over the bandage?
She did, yes.
Okay.
So she put the patch, yeah, so she did that and that was there. And then she used the Aeon too, I think at the base of her wrist, or, I'm not sure where the placements were specifically, but yeah, those 2 in her hand looked amazing.
Oh my.
And then my big win yesterday, my uncle, almost 60, the most stubborn, skeptical man in the world. I gave him a week's worth of patches to try, and he called. He never calls either. He called me. It's like, yeah, so I tried them. How do I buy some of those? Really? What did you notice? And he's able to say, like, he works really weird hours. So it's like he usually goes to bed at like 4 p.m. He was up last night till 7 celebrating with the rest of us, and he never has that kind of energy. So he noticed it after just a week and was like, okay, I'm ready to buy some more. So I'll be signing him up today.
Oh, congratulations. Yay. Yay, uncle. That's awesome. What a great story. All right, Robin. I don't know, is that Robin Mascari?
I
It
think so.
is.
Oh,
It
hi,
is.
Robin. We'll finish with you, my dear.
Well, I just wanted to say there's so many amazing stories. And when you share them in our Facebook group, you can share and live younger with the names of the patches. But if you share them in Vibrant Living, you're part of the spin because we're giving away sleeves of patches. And if you've never shared there before, just watch it in the top and patches. We want your stories. Thank you. Thank you.
Robin. All right, Gregory, do you want to take over and tell us what's happening
Yeah.
tonight?
Yeah, I'd love to. And I just want to thank everybody. I love these Monday morning calls. It's just such a great way to start our day. And we're so blessed to be with this wonderful company and making such a dramatic difference in people's lives that we know, love, and care for. And just sometimes just strangers on the street, that just need a patch, they need the love and attention and a patch. Once a month, David and the executive team have a senior presidential call. We had one on Thursday, and that's all I can tell you. No, I got to tell you, they shared some insights with us that I'm going to have to go back through my notes and meter through what I can share. There's a few things I think I can confidently bring forward, things that you've maybe heard, but one of the things I was very excited, and please don't repeat it. And that's kind of silly to say.
Oh, that's funny. 131 people here, Gregory. Don't tell anybody.
My understanding is the working title for the upcoming conference is Into the Light.
Oh, I just got goosebumps.
Think about it. And that's what this company is all about, light, and bringing light into people's lives through our patches. And David has been kind of teasing us all, and he teased us a little bit more seriously with the SPD call, that they're going to be releasing a new technology that he says is going to be as impactful and substantial as the patches. Wow. And think about that.
Wow. I mean, it's 39.
I got off that call and I'm getting chills right now all over again, just knowing right place, right time, right company, and we've only just begun. So, we're going to be kicking off the next 20 years, at the conference, because that's going to be celebrating our 20th anniversary. But I'm just so excited to be here together with all of you, with LifeWave, knowing that we're with a company that's all about enhancing the human condition, enhancing and extending life, and the products being driven by light. So I wanted to share that. So that's where we're going, and we'll see if we can't sneak a little bit more out tonight. But I do want to boast a little bit about tomorrow because what? Robin, did you want to say something?
Well, do you want to share about some of the accolades we received as a company?
Oh,
accolades.
Accolades, yes. LifeWave is one of 12 companies in the industry that's had consistent growth for the last 4 years. And we're the #1 company because we've grown it over $100 million each year for the last 4 years. So LifeWave is on the verge of being awarded from the Direct Selling News, which is the magazine for direct selling companies. It's not so much for distributors, for the management teams of direct selling companies. And LifeWave is at the top, #1. So we're we're way above the radar now. We're moving into leadership status in our industry, and it's so exciting, and so it's not easy to run a $400 million company, from a company that was 4.5, 5 years ago was a $20 million company. Now we're a $400 million company. That's incredible growth. So, I appreciate everyone's patience. They're staffing up, customer service, times are down, and, they're really, they have a serious management team and they know where they're going. So we'll share a little bit more tonight. But tomorrow night, really excited. We have one of our very favorites, Dr. Shan Young, naturopath, brilliant naturopath, and she was, you know, a major cornerstone in my healing process years ago with my little seminar that I took. And I think, you know, we're going to have you back, Michelle, interviewing
Yes,
her. How
I
cool that's
am. I'm
gonna
going to
be.
be hosting tomorrow night. So come on,
Hey.
everybody, join us.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a great call. So, you know, it's going to be a great day. It's going to be a great year. It's going to be a great future together with LifeWave. So just so honored to be part of this with you all. So God bless you all. Have a wonderful day. If you'd like to unmute and say your farewell, now would be a good time to do that. And we'll see you back here tonight.
Thank you, Gregory. Thank you, Michelle. Great.
Thanks,
everyone.
Michelle.
Great
Great
call.
job.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Cool.
Freddie.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Michelle.
Thanks, everybody.
Wonderful, wonderful news.
Right.
Great,
Robin. Thanks,
Michelle.
Gregory.
Bye. Great
Thank
call.
you.
Bye.
Thank you
Bye.
so much.
Thank
Excellent.
you.
Excellent.
Appreciate
Thank
you,
you for your
Gregory and
stories.
Michelle,
Have a
Robin.
wonderful day, everyone.
Love you
Thanks,
all.
Love Tribe.
See you tonight.
Have a good
Beyond.
X39
Exciting
day.
times. Thank you.
Have a blessed day, everybody.
Thank you.
Blessed day.
People that are on there.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Great job. Great
Thank
job.
you
Great
for being
job.
here.
131.
See you.
Bye-bye, everybody. Stay well.
You too.
John Jew, Youngin.